Welcome to Halo Halo. I'm Kataniba with your daily dose of all things entertaining from Asia to Hollywood and everything in between. Today we focus on Filipino independent films, and joining us today is Christopher Ad Castillo. He's a screenwriter, a director, an award-winning actor, and also Faye P. Koons, who started off as a sports reporter, is now a film freelance writer, and she's also the founder of Women, which is Women's Writers in Media Now, right? Welcome.
Hi, Kat.
Hello. Now, first I want to know, Christopher, I'm assuming because your dad was a legendary filmmaker that your passion for film was just natural. How did you get started?
Well, it was easy because I was born into it. You know, as far as I can remember, I was always on the set. My dad would pick me up from school, then I would go to his film sets.
Right.
I didn't play with other kids. So growing up, that's all I knew. That's why all the actors, like Vilma and Nora, they all know me as a kid. So now it's come, you know, it's come around that I'm directing, and I hopefully want to work with them someday. So it was just a natural. And I'm the eldest.
Okay.
So I was always the one he had to take to the set.
Yes.
So.
And Faye, you started out in sports, but moved into film. How did you venture into that industry?
Well, there was a Philippine International Film Festival in the 70s. And Tempo was one of the papers, and they needed somebody to cover the opening, and my first story was on Tony Curtis, and I said, okay. And then it rolled, you know, and I started covering film festivals. And when I came here, I started covering Sundance, Palm Springs International.
And speaking of which, since you've covered all of those events, where do you see Filipino film, like the future of Filipino film? Because I know we were talking about earlier that it's a very interesting time right now.
It's vibrant,
Yes. Faye, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this year will be the season of the Philippine independent, you know, filmmaking. I was just going through some articles on it, and in the year 2010, they had like 38 mainstream films, but there were about 100 or so. And these are very young filmmakers.
Yes.
And it also has something to do with technology, you know, the digital revolution is here, you know, it's easy to handle a digital camera. But then the big thing about it is that a lot of the theaters in the Philippines still has to have those digital, you know, equipment and to show digital film, because a lot of them have still the 35 millimeter, and that is you know, that's something that they should consider.
Christopher, what's your take on it?
And actually, the theaters are moving to that. More theaters are doing high def for the smaller films.
Right.
No, it's a very vibrant scene. When I went to the Philippines for my father's funeral, I had to accept an award for him at Cinemanila for a Lifetime Achievement Award. My speech basically said that my father's passing ended the second golden age of Philippine cinema.
Right.
Now it's up to the new filmmakers. You know, put out a challenge to start the third golden age of Philippine cinema, which is starting. And I was surprised at how vibrant it was. You know, I hung out a lot with a lot of the filmmakers there, and you know, we drank and we talked, and it was so very exciting. It was a lot different when I was acting there when I left, when there was really no independent cinema.
Right, and now there's all of these films that are making their way into the film festivals. I mean, VC Film Fest, even Sundance,
they're going to Europe,
all over, and
they're winning.
Yeah, and they're winning.
Yeah.
They're winning a bunch of awards. Now, we're going to talk about several of those films making the buzz, but first we have to go to a break.
Okay.
So we will be right back, and we're going to talk about several films making huge waves here in the U.S.
Ang halo-halo ay hatid sa inyo ng McDonald's at ng bagong McCafe Espresso Drinks. McDonald's na ba ang inyong bagong coffee house? Ang mga bagong McCafe Espresso Drinks ay mabilis, masarap at mas mura pa. Kahit saan, kahit kailan.